of content, and you can break it into pieces, and you kind of, when you hook up your analytics and you figure out what am I getting, what response where, and that may sound really complicated, but I mean it's pretty easy to kind of figure out pretty quickly what's getting liked, what's getting looked at, what's getting clicked on, what's getting people through to the your website. But ultimately, you want to come from, obviously be respectful to the cause and to the people that you're helping, but ultimately what you're there to do is to get that awareness, to get that kind of next level, kind of getting people invested and engaged to the point that they're willing to invest their time and money to help these people. So it may come off contrary, but I mean, when you're selling a cause like this, there's not a better call. I mean, there's not a more worthwhile cause anywhere, and so you try every different way to, like she said, soft pedal, very respectful, very gentle, but finding which way is going to not only resonate with the audience you have, but has the ability to essentially be reshared, gain traction, and to spider out. And that's where you'll see the growth, both in your audience, but also in terms of the revenue you see or realize.
Thank you.
Jen, you had your hand up.
Yeah, I was just going to say that you'll probably find that your metrics are going to drive a lot of your content, and you may want to start with that first. I like the idea of starting off with a little bit of spreading the wealth, so to speak, where you're focusing on one topic and this story and that part. But you really want to keep an eye on those metrics and see what's resonating with your audience, because that's going to drive what is going to be most receptive to people who are following them.
The website is getting completely redone by a local firm, and I'm not involved in that.
Well, I was
definitely the worst
somewhat
one we've seen
concerned.
today.
It
Everyone else
took
should
a
feel
couple
better.
attempts and wasn't particularly fast coming up.
Oh, it's so slow. That's an issue we have now.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then so I would really pay attention to that, and, make it a top priority. And the second thing was you've got 2 select language drop-downs up there.
That's just the
Yeah.
tip of the iceberg. I mean, this site actually gets better after the fold here. It looks like a real website with actual content and things that look interesting to me. But this first part, I'm being like really mean because you said you're redoing it. Okay, so
Yeah.
but that first part that's above the fold, it looks like one of those pages you get when you type a URL wrong and you go to some spam site, and they're trying to get these links that trick you into looking relevant. That's actually what I thought this was when I first saw this page.
Okay.
That's how bad it is. Like it looks like I'm in the wrong place.
Or
But
the domain lapsed and somebody...
right, exactly.
Hey,
Someone
this
bought
could
it,
be yours.
and they're like, "Here's some relevant sounding links." And one thing you can do that would be an easy. Well, there's several things you can do easy, and these may be irrelevant, so I'll do it quickly because if you're redoing the whole thing, maybe it doesn't matter. But don't use the greater than sign as a bullet. It's just not a good idea. The text over on the slideshow, the white text on the image needs it needs a screen behind it or something so you can see it. The navigation links that are in the top right, they don't work on my tablet actually, but they're also repeated then like in that next section below. But I like them better up there if they were actually prominent. And then I went to news and events, and there was no content on that page. There was 4 sections asking me which section I wanted to go to. It was like the opposite of the fly out thing. Like I do want there to be something there, and maybe I want to drill down. But I got there, and then it's like you're offering me blog, news and events, past events, but I don't really know what it is that I want. So think about what the visitor would think they're looking for.
Even if it's just hover text that explains what this...
Or you could just show a preview of like the latest item or a featured item from that section, something like that.
I'm seeing more white on black and red on black, and it's awful.
That black background.
I can't read it.
Well, it's weird that it goes back and forth on this site. Like you could have a dark theme where it's mostly a dark background and the text is mostly white. which isn't really great for lots of reasons, but at least it would be consistent. But this site goes back and forth, and it's even more jarring, I think.
So we've come to the end of the time that we're allowed